Transcontinental Railroad during the Gilded Age. Imagine living pre-Civil War. There is little interstate commerce. Ideas are generally confined to regions. Your world is about to change. The Pacific Railroad Act was proposed pre-Civil War, but funding wasn't provided until after the war ended. The official year that the act was passed was 1862, with the main goal being to connect the East to the West. The Union Pacific Company, as well as Central Pacific Company, set forth on a 7-year race to build the Transcontinental Railroad. It was a competition from the start. Ulysses S. Grant demanded that the two companies agree on a meeting point before the construction began. Promontory Point in Utah was finally decided upon. The Central Pacific met complications near the Rockies. Dynamite was used to blast through the mountains and provide a route for the rail. In result of these complications, among others, the Union Pacific was able to cover 4 times more ground than their competitor, the Central Pacific. Disadvantages. Many Native Americans attacked the white man's iron horse that was being built through their land. Ultimately, the Native Americans failed to impede the progress of the railroad, but caused many issues for the workers. There were little battles that often occurred near the track. The buffalo were nearly extinct because of the construction near their habitat. In result of the railroads built through the West, small towns arose next to the track. These towns were known for gambling, prostitution, drinking, and other morally questionable activities. The West was then coined the Wild West due to these settlements. Advantages. Goods were transported more efficiently in relation to both time and money. Interstate commerce was increased. The transport of people was popular at the time due to the speed and cost of traveling across the nation on the railroad. Ideas spread quicker during this time due to the transport of people rapidly around the nation. The trip from New York to California only took a week, and time zones were created in result of the transcontinental. A transcontinental culture arose in the United States, and technology greatly expanded. By May 10, 1869, almost 2,000 miles of track covered the nation from the Atlantic to the Pacific, and the Transcontinental Railroad commenced at Promontory Point. Long-term effects of the Transcontinental Railroad. Markets were expanded, distribution of goods as well as people was cheaper, and more partnerships arose. Your life is now changed because markets are expanded, distribution of goods as well as people is cheaper, and more partnerships are arising. You may now visit your family across the country that you have only heard of but never met. What an exciting thing!